episode of Straight Mathematics. Today's topic, factoring. Can you factor? Can you teach me how to factor? I'm going to teach you today how to factor with a equal to 1 and a greater than 1. So tune in, YouTube channel, Straight Mathematics, or IG at C's Math, and we're going to work it out today. Good morning. Today we'll be studying factoring by grouping. The big ideas before we start. Always remember that a quadratic function follows the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. It is very important to understand a, b, and c when solving a quadratic equation using factoring. You can use this in both Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, and I'm also going to show you how to factor by graphing as well. First, the steps that I always align for my students when they're factoring. Okay, identify a, what b is, and c. You want to multiply a times c and add to b. We're going to create a t-chart, rewrite with the chosen values, and simplify each parentheses. None of this makes sense yet, I know. Let's go ahead and get to an example. Factoring by grouping when a equals 1, a being the leading coefficient of the x squared term, okay? Remember, a quadratic is all polynomials with a degree of 2, okay? Now, since there is no number present in front of x squared, we assume that to be 1. Not 0, but 1. In front of x, we have a negative 2. Please keep in mind that this sign must stay attached to this 2, and our c value is negative 8. Step 2 says that I first multiply a times c, which is 1 times negative 8, and it gets us the value of negative 8. And the second thing it asks for us to do is b equal to negative 2. Step 3 asks for us to create a t-chart where I have AC in the first column equal to negative 8 and B in the second column. Now these values that you see here, negative 1 times 8, negative 2 times 4, 1 times negative 8, and 2 times negative 4, these are all called the factors. We find the factors by doing simple elementary school division. 8 divided by 1 returns 8, okay? I can't do 8 divided by 3, it returns a decimal, so that's not a factor. So these are all of the factors, and as you see, I did, because B is negative and AC is negative, one value is negative here, and then I made my high values negative here. So go ahead and try to see how I did this chart, okay? And now I'm going to explain these numbers on the side. Negative 1 plus 8 gets me to 7. Negative 2 plus 4 gets me to positive 2. 1 plus negative 8 gets me to negative 7. And 2 plus negative 4 gets me to negative 2. Now, I put this in green because this negative 2 matches the b value of negative 2. Therefore, the factor values I'm going to take are 2 and negative 4. Okay, I'm going to move to the next slide. Please understand this. So, here's how grouping works. I rewrote the problem taking the two factors from the previous table of 2 and negative 4 and putting them with an x. So I rewrite this as x squared plus 2x minus 4x minus 8. And I put these in two separate parentheses, keeping the signs inside the parentheses. In x squared plus 2x, both of them have an x common, so I can pull that out. And that's how this x gets here. And negative 4x minus 8, both values have a negative 4 inside, so I'll pull that out, and that's how I get this here. You know you're on the right track when you have the same parentheses of x plus 2 and x plus 2, okay? And this is how you factor. This x plus 2 consolidates into just one parentheses down here of x plus 2. And then the outside values are the first parentheses of x minus 4. You've seen this process before, possibly, if you use the FOIL method or the double distribute method to multiply binomials. That's where this comes in at. Okay, I'm going to show you another example. This time, a is greater than 1, so we have a problem. 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 equal to 0. And they want us to factor. Now, please keep in mind that I'm not showing you how to find the roots or anything. I'm just solely showing you how to factor. Okay, so a equals 2, b equals negative 7, and c equals 3. Step 2 says to multiply a times c, that's 2 times 3, and it gets me a value of 6. And b is given to us as negative 7. Create your t-chart with your factors. Once again, 1 times 6, 2 times 3, I did -1 times -6 and -2 times -3. The reason why these are 2 positive, 2 negative versus the last one where it was 1 negative, 1 positive, AC is already positive. Therefore, the numbers must both be positive or both be negative. Now, I add these up. 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. -1 plus -6 is -7. And -2 plus -3 is -5. So this green one are the factors we will use. Okay, go ahead and build your groups. 2x squared minus x minus 6x plus 3. You could have written this as 2x squared minus 6x, but I tend to try to put them together with how they will work. So inside of this 2x squared minus x, I see they have a common x, so I put it on the outside. And then the same thing here, -6x plus 3. They have a common -3, so I put that on the outside. My common parentheses becomes 2x minus 1, which is one factor. And then my outside values become my second factor, which is x minus 3. This is factoring by grouping. Stay tuned for the next video where I teach you how to factor by graphing.